It's Bob Coates from Successful Dash Photographer, and the subject I'm talking about today is imaging competition. And I got to tell you, I love imaging competition. It's an amazing way to make you a better photographer. And as a double bonus, I've found lots of ways to make imaging competition pay for itself and help promote my business. So, how has it made me a better photographer? Well, number one, just getting into paying attention to your images in a super critical way is the first start. Number two, you're being super critical and going through your images and looking at them for a different reason. It's not, there's what we call green merits, and that's what people pay you for doing your photography. And then there's imaging competition merits that help you really refine that look and help you end up getting more green merits in the long run. So, let's talk about some of the ways that imaging competition or I've used imaging competition to generate more money. One is marketing, and marketing can be as simple as, let's run around the room here just a little bit. I'm going to change my camera over, and if you look, one of the things that I've done over the years is take my images, display their banners and things like that. And when people see the award-winning ribbons and things like that, even if it's just a basic ribbon from, geez, you participated and, and didn't totally mess up your score from your state. And people walk into your studio and see things like this, then they feel more confident in your skills. Another part is, what I started doing was, for example, on my commercial clients, after a while you get quite a few of these, and instead of keeping them all hanging in my studio, I would take this and give it to the business that had been featured in the image. For example, this jewelry shot over here. Ended up hanging in that jewelry store for a really long time, and oh geez, my contact information is all over it too. So that's one way to get things going out there. Another way is, of course, let's see, double tap that back. You don't need to see all that. There I am. As I wander through into my studio area, one of the things that also gets people confident in your work was the awards cabinet. So, one of the cool things is each one of these awards, and almost all of them are exclusively for imaging competition at state, district, and PPA competition all the way across the board, has generated a press release. And also, as you work, earning your degrees. There's my master artist. I got certified, and then, oh, look at that, master photography. Okay, again, these things help people feel more confident about your skills. And remember, I mentioned the press releases, and if we look here on the press releases, think about how much it costs to advertise. So when you advertise in the local newspaper, it costs you a pretty penny. Well, I have been fortunate to not have to spend a lot of money on that because I've learned to work the press release neighborhood. And each one of these, if you think of it, multiply this out by how much it costs to do your advertising, look at the value here over the years. And this is advertising that you really can't pay for, because if your press releases get printed, then it's not you necessarily doing it. These are articles that were written about you. Even though I wrote them, it doesn't come out that way. So let's take a look here. Oh, if you're finding some good stuff now, PPA Gives and ppacharities.com/donate now, and that donate and now, they should be together. I messed up, but I didn't want to make up a new sign. Also, if you want to learn more about how I do press releases and how they work, you can go to successful-photographer.com. That's successful-photographer.com. And there's a lot of really good information, some examples, how to write press releases, how to make them work. Let's go back over this way. So I didn't see any questions popping up, so I'm assuming that, you know, everything that I popped out here is pretty good for you. Again, I can highly, highly, highly encourage you to get yourself into imaging competition. There's a tremendous amount of value in making your work better. Everybody that I've talked to, like at my local association, if I get them to get into imaging competition, I watch their work grow so fast and get better so quickly versus the people who say, well, you know, I'm not quite ready. You don't get into imaging competition to earn and get these awards and things that I showed you. You get into imaging competition to make your photography better and get stronger. And once you've done that, then the awards start to come, and then the press releases, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I highly recommend that you get in there, get to your districts this year. Do we have a question there? Let's see. See a couple of things popping by there. And I saw somebody earlier said hello from Russia. Rock on. Hello, Russia. And then, of course, if you're into imaging competition, and especially if you're just getting started, don't forget that at PPA National, at the Imaging USA, there's a thing called the mentor booths, and that's where the PPA judges will sit down at a table. You can bring your iPad or computer with 10 or so images, and for about 20 minutes, get a bunch of feedback. And the feedback will be on how the images will do. So remember, there's green merits. Those are the ones that people pay you for. And then there's imaging merits, which help you towards your degrees and becoming a much better photographer. So Bob Coates saying, see you later from Successful-Photographer. If you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to check. Bye-bye.